Hi, how's it going? And welcome to Libby Presents Ghost News Network. Today is our paranormal news and discussion. So Tom, what do you have for us?
So there's a story going around this week about an interstellar object may have been an alien probe. A Harvard paper argues. Experts are skeptical, but some people think this thing could be, it's a cigar-shaped probe that was in our solar system. And what has the people who think it is something wondering was it actually mysteriously accelerated through our solar system. Like it was kind of cruising along and then
It sped up.
and zipped
Change
out.
trajectory.
Any theory? What are the people that are skeptical saying? So how did it do that?
Well, originally they were calling it a comet or an asteroid, but then when it changed speeds, that kind of debunked that. So that's where they were saying that they think it could be something other than that.
Well, how close did it get to Earth?
It was. Let's see.
I mean, our solar system.
It was in our solar system, yeah.
That doesn't say much, though.
Someone
Yeah.
talk about it.
But what is that's able to... What do we know that's a natural phenomenon in space that's something that moves and then speeds up?
Very simple. If you send something to the moon, okay, once the moon takes the gravitational pull, it's going to
It's
suck it,
slingshot.
it's going to slingshot around. It's
Yeah.
going to pick up speed. It's not abnormal for that to happen, depending on that. So I'm asking where.
Yeah, they're saying that as it went past us and went towards the sun, and it did that, and it got kicked out. Like they projected it to go in one direction,
Right.
but it looks like it sped up and it went into another direction. They say it could either be excess, solar radiation that's
Most solar
pushing
winds
it, or
pushing in a different
yeah,
direction.
solar winds pushing in a different direction. But then they have the alien thing. They think it's a part of a spaceship that has like a solar wind collector on it that pushed it in a different direction, or it was an actual probe that changed direction after it got what it needed to see, and it just drove by Earth. It was just like, nah, not right now, guys.
I mean, how fast are they talking? I mean,
It was going 196,000 miles per hour.
196,000 miles an hour?
Yes.
That's after it sped off or before?
That's when it sped off.
How fast is that?
Very fast.
Like, I mean, that blows away the speed
I
of
think the
sound.
technical term is very fast.
But not the speed of light.
And what they're saying was they originally thought it was a comet because comets are known to speed up, but this did not have a tail like a comet would, so that's why they eliminated it being a comet.
That's interesting.
I'm not an astrologist. I know you're surprised. But doesn't a comet
Get out.
doesn't a comet only have a tail if it's like entering an atmosphere? Like, isn't that the only way? Because you have to encounter friction, and you're not gaining it, or you're not hitting any friction besides like.
I get what you're saying.
I don't think so. I
A
think
meteor
does that, yeah.
has a tail. Comet might not.
The only reason why a comet would have a tail is if it was giving off its own ice particles.
Right.
Yeah, as it's melting going past.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Interesting.
How can they tell how fast it was going? I'm just trying not to be a dick, but that's fucking fast.
No, they track it.
Okay.
The guys in Hawaii, the guys who found it, they just kept tracking it.
But how? Like, it
Satellite.
Distance traveled in time?
Yeah.
doesn't say much to me. I'm sorry to say that, but space is pretty fucking big. How do you get a tracking out in, like, it's not like you're shooting like a radar gun at it. There's no radar guns that are going to hit that speed.
Consecutive pictures, how far it's made, I guess. How
It's
far
like,
Could just be
in
satellite
what
tracking, too.
space? Like, I've always wondered, how the hell do you track something going speed in
You're
space?
literally talking astrophysics now.
That's my point.
I don't know.
That's above my pay grade. I will say this.
You're not an
I will say this.
Surprised.
And this is why I think it's aliens. Star Trek 4. That little cigar-shaped probe came in to talk to the whales.
I mean, the cigar shape. I've been reading a lot of books about UFOs, and the cigar shaped UFO has been around for many years. That's probably one of the original things that people have seen in the sky. They didn't know what the hell it was. But I don't know.
Well,
And
when
it
they found us.
just what bothers me is that it passes by Earth, and it's just like, yeah, hey, we all wave. What the space station say? Nothing. They just said, okay, we didn't realize
It
it
was too
coming.
far away for us to actually get a good look
That's
at it.
pretty bad.
Well, the guy
Well, hopefully in another couple, in the early 2020s, they're gonna be able to have this new huge super telescope is coming out that we should be able to.
If this thing's passing by Earth, okay, how far from Earth did it pass by? Number one,
Pretty
and who saw it? Like who said that they located?
Yeah,
this?
what institute in Hawaii? Was it? It wasn't Joe Schmo
Which is
down
my
the
point.
street with a.
Hawaii on Earth, but our own space station in space didn't capture it. That's why I question.
It could just be that what the type of things you would need to build a size of a telescope that would see that far might be too big for that space station.
it was,
That's pretty
captured on the
fucking
Pan-STARRS
stupid.
telescope in Hawaii.
Which one was it?
The Pan-STARRS 1.
Pan-STARRS 1 telescope in Hawaii.
Yeah, and the space station might not have been in the actual spot
If it was
for
on
it
the
to
other
see
side
it
of Earth,
exactly.
when it went
'Cause
We don't
the
know.
telescopes are usually aimed in certain
Orbit.
areas.
We're not
of,
flat earthers
of
here,
the
are we?
space.
Yeah.
No.
What are you talking
So
about?
depending on. Oh wait, it's shaped like a donut now, guys. That's next week's topic.
And in fairness, the paper was written by an astrophysicist from Harvard who has written 700 papers on topics like black holes, the future of the universe, and the search for extraterrestrial life, and the first stars. So, I mean, he's a guy who knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So what does he say?
Well, the whole paper.
He's the one that thinks it is extraterrestrial.
Well, that's a very small snippet of it. It's like it could be this, it could be that, but he like goes into the calculations of like this is the trajectory it should have been because of these calculations, but this is the trajectory it was because of these calculations, and this is what it could be, but it doesn't look like what it should like because they think it was the solar radiation moving it away. But they prove that basically this is proving that it's not the solar radiation. But then he gives a few other things of what it possibly could be, and everyone's just running with this
So,
theory.
by saying it's alien, right? Now he thinks it's a spaceship with extraterrestrial flying it, or just debris.
He didn't get that specific.
No.
Well, if it's a probe, then it's just like a little.
He has a
drone. Yeah.
They just calls it an alien object.
Yeah.
Doesn't speculate.
I mean,
on
of course it's alien. It's not from Earth.
By definition, yes, it is alien.
Or from our solar system. It's extra solar.
Let's not forget Lake George.
What about it?
Whatever we saw in that sky, I don't know if it was a probe, but it sure was not an airplane.
Those lights we saw on the water.
So what
the
would you
ones that I
call that?
question the most.
UFO.
Paranormal.
UFO.
It wasn't normal. It wasn't
Would
something
you call
that
it
I
a
know.
UFO?
I mean,
I couldn't-
into this.
Well,
I mean,
It's an unidentified flying
By
object.
the
That does
definition.
not mean that an extraterrestrial's flying it. Okay?
Could
Two
be
books
a-
that I'm
could
reading
be a
right now
gun.
that are 100% for UFOs explain that
yeah,
very
there's a difference.
seriously. There's
Yeah.
a big difference. Just because you see it and we don't know what it is, doesn't mean it's extraterrestrial.
Right.
So this thing right here, as far as I'm concerned, it's a UFO. Doesn't mean an extraterrestrial's flying it, it's just unidentified. We don't know what it is. It could be anything.
It's
it could be,
alien
it could
in
be
that
anything.
it's not from here.
How do you know that though? Prove it. What's the chemical compound of it? You can't tell me that. You can't tell me it's. I can run circles around this guy all day long. I mean, I'm happy you're Harvard, but I'm stuff in community college. Bro. not to be a dick, but you're talking science that doesn't even exist yet.
Turn that into
So-
t-shirts.
You can't sit here if you're saying that this is what you think it is. What's the chemical compound? What is it made up of? If you can't tell me that, then you can't sit there and tell me that it's extraterrestrial. You can't sit there and have a serious conversation, argument about that. I mean, that's where I stand on it. Scientifically, and any scientist, real scientist, will tell you that. That's where I stand. That's it.
I want to believe.
People say it's extraterrestrial, I call bullshit on it. I call, prove it.
I think the actual initial trajectory came from outside of our solar system before it came through by the sun and
But prove it. Did we
It's-
track it all the way?
It's obviously extraterrestrial because extraterrestrial means outside Earth. Whether it's
Guys,
outside or
how do you know
We're in a
it's-
big game of
how-
semantics
We're
now.
arguing
How do you
semantics right now.
know it didn't come from Earth?
how could it have?
How? Why can't it? We shoot
What
shit.
sort?
We shoot shit out to space.
How big was
How
it?
many years have we been
Do
shooting
we know
shit
what
out
the
to
diameter
space?
of
Rocks that big.
A half a mile long.
It was a half a mile long.
Fuck do
I
we
think
have?
we would notice shooting something a half a mile long in space in the middle of the night.
Unless the I think the only way it could be terrestrial is if it was like from like the meteor that hit the dinosaurs, a giant piece of Earth fell off,
Came all the way back around.
and came right back somehow.
I'm just saying.
That'd be the only way, but
There's so much out there that we just don't know. So we can't. I mean, when you want to call it a UFO, fine. The minute you start talking extraterrestrial is where I kind of draw the line. I just draw the line there. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I can't wait till one day we find an alien.
I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm not.
No, I know.
But like, the odds of something coming here, I can win Lotto 100 times in a row before that even happens. And
So you're saying there's a
disagree.
chance.
Yes, there's a chance, but it's very slim.
Never tell me the odds.
Very slim. What's beyond our solar system?
It's an interesting
How long does it take
topic
to get there? Exactly. Think about that.
for us. For us.
If you
I mean,
take
we
your
can
sci-
only
you
go.
take you take
Take
the
our version of science and you
and
throw it out the window.
it right out the window.
Probably wouldn't take that long if you're going 129,000 miles an hour.
196.
Do we
Oh,
have,
96?
Do we have
Even
anything that
better.
goes that fast?
no, God no.
The fastest thing we have, I
Our
don't know.
mother.
Not even,
Couldn't
not
tell you
even
the fastest
close
thing
to
we have.
196,000.
What's the
Well-
speed of sound?
That's a good question. I don't know. But it's not.
That's not-
It's not
It's
just
not-
do
It's
that.
like
2,000
2,000 or 3,000 miles
Yeah,
an
yeah,
hour.
that's like
2,200, I think it
What's
was.
the speed of
something
light?
like that.
1.86 times 10.
Yeah, it's some
Nine.
insane it's in some insane like
Miles per hour.
extrapolated number.
yeah, I don't
If we could reach the speed of light, we'd be going back in time.
299,792,458 meters per second.
That's
The
light.
speed of light.
What's sound?
Oh, it's a lot smaller.
Can't comprehend that. That doesn't make fucking sense.
I mean, it's definitely. I definitely agree. It's definitely in the UFO category because we don't know what it is.
It would be a. See if that's in meters per second too. It would be a mile in 4.7 seconds.
Mile and 4.7. 4.7 seconds?
Yeah.
It's not that fast.
Sound?
No, the speed of sound
It's
isn't.
really
Humans have gone faster than sound.
Sonic
Oh, yeah,
Often.
that's not
Yeah.
fast at all.
Yeah.
Mile and 4.7.
767.269 miles per hour.
Okay. Yeah. So this is a little bit faster than that.
That's why like a fighter jet, you see it before you hear it.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
That's where I stand. I'd call it a UFO, but...
Anybody have anything they want to add? No?
I don't know.
I think we got our soundbite.
You got me going.
Somebody make a GIF. No.
Our speed of sound bite.
Speed of sound. There you go.
Get out.
Let's see if we can edit
Last
that
week,
out.
gin and juice.
All right, guys. So thank you very much for joining us. What did you think of this topic? Let us know right down in the comments below. If you want to keep following all of our videos and our misadventures here, go ahead and click that subscribe button just so you can follow all things Ghost News Network and LIPI, as well as clicking the little alarm in the upper right-hand corner so that when we do upload videos, you are aware. Sometimes YouTube unsubscribes and unnotifies people whenever we're doing that, so just make sure if you're following us, you're staying on top. Thank you guys very much for joining us, and until next time, have a good one.
Wait.